trying to make myself look normal at 4:30 in the morning while playing video games. This is never gonna happen, bro. I'm like trying. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like my subliminal advertising. The attempt is good, but like it doesn't follow through to reality. That's fine. We look the way we look. It's almost like the only thing I can equate like long streams to is like the same thing when you like take Molly. Like I equate long streaming to like the moment when you like take Molly or some type of hallucinogen and you like the Molly hits you and then like you walk into a bathroom and you're just like, oh, that's what I look like. And you're either like, I look really good or really weird. I equate streaming to that same type of reaction where it's like, okay. It's been 8 hours. This is what we look like now. Okay. We just have to roll with it. And here we are. So I tried to play a little bit of Outlast, but to be honest, there was a lot of fuck ups. This was on the computer. I don't think Outlast is made for current times, to be honest. And then just give me like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna eat a few mangoes and kiwi. The bathroom mirror at a club, and you're like, shit. The best is when you're trimming balls and you're in the mirror and you're like, I look good. You start like telling the girls around you like, yo, I look good. You want to take a photo with me? Yeah, I know. Sometimes I do that. I mean, not now. Not in my later, maybe, probably. I definitely will do it at. I definitely probably will do it at Coachella. Sometimes I'll walk up to girls that look good and I'm like, you look cute. I look cute. Should we like take a photo together? This is horrendous music. Okay, so one of the most memorable experiences in my childhood actually goes along with one of my best friends. Her name's Ashley. We actually, my entire life, no matter how long we've gone without talking, no matter where we travel in the world, we can always text each other and there's no indifference through the miscommunication. And I think I'm the worst friend now to her, but she's so loving of a friend. She never scolds me or mistreats me for my absence of friendship. But so in 3rd grade we auditioned and I wasn't a very good reader. I did Hooked on Phonics in my 3rd grade and excelled after that year, but because I grew up in foster care, I didn't have parents or people to teach me how to read. So 3rd grade was literally my first time learning how to read. I couldn't read before 3rd grade, so it's very illiterate. But we did this play. My 3rd grade play was about a lion that needed to learn how to roar. So she went through all of the animal kingdoms to try and learn to roar. So she stopped with the monkeys, and the monkeys were like, oh, you have to do ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. And then you have to go to the tigers, right? So the whole play was like her stopping at every instance. And I remember being so upset because I wasn't literate enough to read the main character. And I never got to play the main character, but my best friend Ashley got to play the main character. She was just so good at reading and excelled at it. And I love her to this day for getting that role. But so while it caused me a lot of hardships, I got 2 parts in the play. So I got one part, a part of the musical where I got to sing in the night, in the jungle, the sleepy jungle. And we used like the sticks, you know, before you actually start like band or something, you get like the sticks. You learn on the sticks, the percussion sticks. So we got to sing that. But in the 2nd act of the play, there was tourists, and the tourists, even though they didn't have a lot of lines, they were throughout each act. I was tourist number 2. And I actually got the role of that. And I remember my very first line, one of my best memories was actually getting cast as that role because I got to audition. It was the very first thing I ever read aloud in front of a group full of people as someone that could read and actually understand words on a page. And my first lines that I ever read to anybody out loud was, "Been there, done that." And the next line was, "Disney's so overrated when Universal's next door." So I had those 2 lines, a break, and then the other 2 lines. "Been there, done that. Disney's so overrated when Universal's next door." In 3rd grade. So that's like one of my favorite memories because it was just really cool. It was really cool to be like auditioning in front of a like group full of teachers and stuff and be like, I can fucking read. And then another really good memory for me. So I went to Jupiter Christian Academy. I also went to Jupiter High School, Abacoa High School. So at 14 years old, I actually still hold the record for the track 400 and 450 because the private school is a little bit different than the regular one. I still hold the record for the fastest, and that was the first year I got inducted into the pre-qualifying Junior Olympics team for track and field. Yeah. And I remember running that race, and because my mom wasn't there, I grew up in foster care, right? So she'd always disappoint me. She wasn't there. And I remember she said she was going to come, and she didn't show up. And I remember at the end of the finish line, my principal, who I was very close with at the time, is like really cool to me. And I was also a star athlete. So my principal, I remember running, looking in the sideline, not seeing my mom, but then at the end of the line, seeing my principal. And I feel like just like having somebody there to support me made me like really happy. And I achieved a record holding time and got on the pre-qualifying JV Olympic team for a year and a half. And I actually threw up right after that race. As soon as that race was done, I ran right to the bathroom and threw up. So I'm a notorious puker when it comes to any type of sporting events. So like after cheerleading, I was a captain of my cheerleading squad. I was also like a big competitive cheerleader. So I'd do like any type of cheerleading competitions. As soon as I was done, I would go puke. Like as soon as anything's done, I puke. Like a weird thing I do. I'll be like, bleh, I'm nervous. Wow, I gotta throw up now. Yeah. I still hold the record at both of those schools. Yeah. Probably because of anxiety. My mental power before the race starts is really good. So I think the anxiety sets in afterwards. I puke, which I'm not sure is better or worse. Yeah. Wow. Anytime, lovely. Thank you for asking. Guys, I was the best. Sometimes I wish I could find the center that I used to find when I was younger. So when I was younger, like I remember specifically, I won't go into detail too much, but like my mom is a drug addict. I grew up in foster care. I was in 12 different homes by the time I was 16 before I legally became a ward of the state and emancipated myself and separated from the state. So from 11 to 14, I don't know how I dug so deep in emotion. So for instance, my mom did something very terrible to me, or an environment was very terrible, and I would just run. Like I would run for fucking miles. Like I would run until I broke down. Like I would run with the most like pain anyone's ever had in their life. Like I would run with just like it was like insane. And I wish I could gather all of that emotion now as an adult to be able to like get it out like that. But wow, it was like so crazy. There was one time that I was told I was going to be moved from Pennsylvania to Florida to live in a different group home. And I was so upset because I was 14, right before I started cheerleading. So I was 14, getting ready to, you're in high school. You're in junior high school. And I remember being told that I was going to move home by my mom, and she was like all hopped up on drugs. And she was like trying to like, she's the type of person that like really wants to get like loved. So she was like always trying to like capture me, and she was like, it's fine. And I remember we were in a Toyota Celica, and as she was telling me, she started to try and calm me down by like putting her hands on me, and the car was still going. She was driving, and I kid you not, I opened up the door as the car was going, and I jumped out as it was moving, and I just ran. Like, I remember running for miles in the middle of the night, in the middle of that conversation. And I don't remember the pain and frustration through that situation because my body just like bled it out. And I wish I could capture some of those like emotional, physical moments to like get that out of me now. Yeah.